What's going on, YouTube? We're out here fishing today. You know, we've been on a real cold streak. You know, we got a warm day today. We're in late January. This is gonna raise the water temperature up a little bit. But just want to go over today one of my favorite techniques to catch them, and definitely one of my favorite techniques to catch them in that pre-spawn movement. You know, this is one of the best times of year to really find big fish for one grouped up, and just to get a really big bite. You know, fish are on the movement, females are coming into spawn, but going over it, you know, I mean, this is just a 1/2 ounce green pumpkin chatterbait. Usually earlier in the year, you know, trailer wise, I'll go with something a little more subtle. This is just a, you know, paddle tail swim bait on here. But setup wise, you know, I like to throw it on 15. I think it gives the bait a little bit more action, but you'll have the line strength if you do get a giant on, and it gets you in the thick vegetation, you know, if you're fishing grass, or if it gets you on a piece of wood, you know. I don't like throwing it on heavier line, because throwing it on 15 will also let the bait get down. And when I mean get down, it'll let it get down, and it'll let it actually hit the cover. That's one of the big things about fishing a bladed jig that, you know, I fish with a lot of people throwing them, and you know, one of the biggest things is the bait needs to hit cover. Most of your bites with this thing, you know, 8 out of 10, I would say, are gonna be when you deflect this bait off of something. This bait, you know, it comes through stuff tremendously. It'll bounce off stuff, but really just getting that reaction bite is the big deal. And you know, got it on a Falcon Terra swim jig, just a swim jig special. So the thing about the rod setup wise is I don't like throwing it on a stiff rod. This rod's actually pretty light. I mean, it's got a good tip on it. It loads up well, but the biggest thing with throwing the chatterbait is I like to be able to feel the bite, and by the time I feel the bite, I want the rod to already be loaded up. I like to think of this thing like getting a bite as fishing, you know, like I would a crankbait. You know, I don't want that stiff rod. The stiff rod is good for ripping it out, but as far as getting the bite and the hookup goes, I've thrown them on stiff rods, and it just seems that I lose more fish throwing it on a stiffer rod. So that's why I really like going to a softer tip. And you know, this rod, I've been throwing this rod for years. You know, I've got a couple of them. This is my chatterbait rod. Gear ratio, you know, just 6'3", 6'2", something in that range. You know, I can make a long cast, and I can reel the bait quick if I need to get it up over the cover, you know, the grass, whatever I'm fishing. But also if I'm fishing deeper stuff out, I can slow down and, you know, not pick as much line up on my spool, and actually be able to get the bait to come through stuff. But yeah, so this is the chatterbait, guys. We're gonna get up, we're gonna go in the back of a creek, do some fishing with it. Gonna kind of show you some things I look for, you know, running the new Humminbirds this year. We got the major imaging all the way around the boat. Gonna kind of show you some stuff on 360 that can kind of help, you know, break down the puzzle. Because the big deal about the pre-spawn movement is it's such an exciting time of year to fish. I mean, fish are on the move, they're going. It's the big girls are going to the bank. That's the bottom line. The ones that live out are coming up. They've got to come do their deal. It's part of the cycle. But you know, just stuff that I kind of look for to key on, you know, with those fish moving back, and stuff that they'll stage on and stuff they'll post up on. We're going to go over all of it and kind of get into it, so let's go.